Hello and welcome back everybody to City Skylines. We are right where we left off last episode, admiring our city in the darkness. So one thing, I'm seeing it right now that I don't like is how the 2-lane roads and the 4-lane roads have different colors of street lanterns. They are more like street lanterns you would see on main roads with the more yellow light. There are sodium lights, I think, that create that kind of color of light. But well, let's not get too deep into street lights. For now, what I'm going to start off with is to remove some more of this residential area over here to make room for our highways. Highways, they create a lot of noise pollution as well when you don't have the sound barriers, which we haven't unlocked yet. So I don't want to have them too close to the residential areas. And let's see how expensive are highways. Can we get started with them right now? Well, let's save up some more money before we get to doing that. As there is some demand for it, let's build some commercial areas. And let's do that on the other side as well, like this. So yeah, we have that. And then there's this Seoul Elementary School down here, which I'm going to relocate for the second time. Students would have to move their way to school again every morning. Their routine will be different because they have to travel. Well, for most people it will be less traveling. The roads are full with parked cars down here. Let's see how our bus is doing. The bus stop over here is still very busy. People really are using the buses to get to work, I think, which is a great thing. Let's see how many. 155 people a week. Well, that's not too shabby. And I think, well, as you can see, there's not a lot of traffic going down here at the moment. So I do think it has worked in decreasing the amount of traffic moving to the industrial area. We have cleared our roads a bit. So I'm happy with the way it worked out. There is a lot of demand for residential areas, so that would be the first thing to do right now, I think, is to build another area with housing. I'm not sure if I want to make this area bigger or if I want to move to, well, a different spot, maybe build some nice houses along the coast here with some windy roads. But for now, well, I think the best thing to do would be to expand this area, so that's what I'm going to do. I think it was 40 cells, yeah, and then 40 cells this way. I think I placed one too many down here. I made it 41 cells. Let's see, 10 cells, yeah, 90, perfect. And again, let's not create more intersections than needed, so we'll start off down here and widen the road. Let's like this. We have some kind of massive donger right over here right now. Let's make that a bit less of a thing later on. Let's not make a tip down there. And no, that doesn't work out like this. Maybe a road over here would work, and one down. Oh, that's a bit too much of a curve. That would be too close to the road, like that. Alright, I am happy with that. So let's, before we place down our houses, let's build some water pipes. And one thing I spot down here that I have forgotten about until now is, well, there's a dead person over here, so we should be building a graveyard sooner or later. Let's see, how much does the Gravenator cost? Well, it's really cheap and it has a really high capacity. It's kind of cheaty crematorium, so I'm not going to use that. This one costs 37,000, which is a bit too expensive for now, so I'm just going to build a regular graveyard. What would be a good location for that? Well, I think I'm going to build it right next to the windmills here, because this one doesn't suffer from noise pollution, so we can do that. Let's see. Housing. Let's fill the area up again. Just with the brush. I like to use the brush all the time, not the fill tool or anything, or placing individual squares. The brush does the job for me. Like that. So everybody should be happy. How are we doing for power? Let's keep an eye on that. We're doing fine. Sewage and water, doing fine. Landfill usage. Our landfill is almost full, so we might have to do something about that. I have a recycling center. I'm not sure if it's a mod or if it's regular in the game. I think it's a mod. It's slow and it's noisy, but it doesn't create pollution, and it gets rid of the garbage in a proper way. So yeah, I like to place them down. And of course, when we lock them, we could start building incineration plants. And when we start swimming in the money, we can. This is another mod. I'm sure that this is a mod. Can build large advanced incineration plants. They really blast through the garbage, and they're really efficient. They create some power to go back into the grid. So I like to build them. But for now, let's fill up another landfill. There still is some commercial demand, and again, as we just did the same with the graveyard, because of noise pollution, I think I'm just gonna build some commercial over here and just connect these areas up, because they create noise pollution themselves a little bit. They don't suffer from it as much as housing does. So yeah, that should do fine. Well, we have $63,000 right now, so we could start thinking about building the highway. So I'm gonna pause the game and remove these roads over here, and I'm going to select the highways and raise them up right away. So let's see, let's raise them in 10 cells. They're not too expensive, so I'm gonna build them like that. And again, I'm going to do the same thing over here, make them perfectly parallel. Let's see, 10 cells, and then, how far did I place them on here? 41 cells, like this. I do like this idea. And let's start off with an off ramp right away, and the on ramp right here. We might want to remove this road as well. Let's see, let's have it straight as well, and in the same position, like this, and then you have to, this works. We have to turn this one around, and while we're at it, we can remove all the housing down here. Let's extend the highways, keep them going straight down here. So we can have some on and off ramps that connect a bit more to this main road over here. Let's connect them up for now. Just as a temporary solution. Let's see, yeah, they are connected. where do we want our on and off ramps? I'm going to remove these roads again. Have an on ramp here, off ramp down here, and the same thing goes for this side. An off ramp down there, and an on ramp, well, that's a bit glitchy, right here. So we do have a highway with, so we can increase our oh, I disconnected the power to this area. That is a bit of a problem. I'm going to pause the game. What would be the best way to solve this? The best way to solve this, I think, would be to have some commercial which doesn't suffer from the noise pollution of the highway in this area. Let's hope it fills up right away a bit. So it connects the power grid up. One building in the middle, please. Come on, you can do it. Yes, and they're connected up again. Okay, that was a bit of an issue for a moment, but it is solved for now. So there's again some buildings on fire. One of the first policies I always, well, yeah, how do you call it? Enforce, engage, I don't know, is the smoke detector distribution. Okay, that was hard again. Sorry. It decreases the risk of fires in houses. When you start it, it costs a bit of money, but in the end, I think it really well, yeah, works out. So I'm gonna enforce it. So you'll probably see a massive drop in our money for a moment. And yeah, it is. We are going into the red right now. But when everybody has a smoke detector, it should be going up again. Here you see it's already going up again, so it wasn't a problem for us. Let's see, traffic is moving along nicely over here. Let's see, are there any problems in some areas? Well, this intersection is kind of busy, but it isn't really, well, halting anything. There are no massive traffic jams, so I am fine with it. Let's see, what is the next thing we should be doing? I think I'm going to, well, make a little plan for, sorry, I had to close the curtain because I can't see much because of the sun. What I want to do with the highway is I'm going to make it move along down here like this, and then make a curve right here, make a curve around, and then probably move back, well, to this intersection. So we have a nice, well, closed off loop of highway. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do, I think. Let's see, how much money do we have? We have 47,000, and as it is not very expensive, I think we're going to buy another building area. So, boom. There we have it. We have doubled the area we can build on. One thing I might do as well is make a little bridge over here and make this like a tourist area or something, the island over here. Well, but that's something for later. Let's get an efficient city up and running before we start doing prestige projects and such. One thing I could do is extend the highway for now and build another 4-lane road, so this area is a bit more connected to the highway network. And people don't have to drive all the way down this little road to the junction over here to get to the highway. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to build a 4-lane road. Let's see, let's build it, well, down to here about. And let's pause the game for now. Remove this bit of highway and extend it all the way down to here. Same goes for this one. We did break our power lines with that, but can connect them back up. Well, that isn't perfectly symmetrical, but well, it should do for now. Space upper cannot upgrade to this type. Why can't you do that? Let's see. This road is blocking it, it says. Yeah. No? What is happening? Oh, I'm still in bulldoze mode. Yeah. Right. That's a really nice trick that everybody should know in this game with one-way roads. When you select the upgrade road tool and you right-click the road, you change the direction of the road. So you can well, it's easier with highways. It's easier to make them symmetrical. I really hate this. I'm gonna fix it. Sorry. Well, yeah, it's just easier to make symmetrical highways. So it's a tip for the people out there that don't know. Let's build it up to there. Let's see. That should be about way better, way better. I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. Let's connect this one back up. And again, let's change the direction of the road like that. And build some on and off ramps. I think these are in the way for the moment. See, that can go from here to here, and then same junction to here, and like that. So this area is now connected up to the highway network as well, a bit better. But before you forget, let's quickly fix up these power lines. They should be connected, and let's unpause the game. So you see cars are going down here right away. Well, they're not exiting the highway, so I don't know why they did that, but probably because they have to go all the way over here or something. I don't know. Right. So there's demand for every kind of zoning. So we might want to, well, increase everything. What I can do for now is fill this area up with industry. And as you can see, well, while we're placing more industry down here, the air it is hazy because of all the smoke going into the atmosphere, and well, there's a lot of ground pollution. It's not turned dark so you can't see right now. The ground is really being polluted, so yeah, we want to get rid of this industry as soon as we can. But for now, we're gonna have to deal with it. One thing to get, well, I think is when you increase the land value of industrial areas, they upgrade their levels and they become less polluting, and yeah, they become less polluting, and having more educated workers decreases pollution of industry as well. So I think I am going to, well, just randomly place a Japanese garden in the middle of an industry area, which seems a bit strange, but I think it does upgrade the land value over here. So let's see how are they doing. Well, still not very good, so we might want to place just another one down here. And you see, bam, the land value has become really high. And let's see, here you can see it. They educate more citizens to allow the building to be upgraded. Well, so we should be getting more education to improve our industry. Let's see how are we doing for land value over here. Very bad. So what are we going to place here? What's this? It's a small park. Does it fit in here anywhere? No. One thing we could look at, oh no, we can't look at it yet. There's some well, cool things to add to raise land value in the new DLC upgradey thingies. Sorry. Oh wait, it fits in here like this. Well, look, it connects up right away. That is pretty. And while we're at it, let's finish this road as well. Little path. Look at that. This person, well, is surrounded in a park. Don't know if he'll like it. He'll have to deal with it. Well, demand for residential area is still very high. Well, still very high. We didn't fix anything, so I'm going to add some like this. And that should, wait, what's this? Why can I build houses over here when it's not even connected to anything? Is it the tree? No, it's not the tree. I'm not sure what happened over here, why I can zone this area. Might be a bit of a bug, I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't care, to be honest. So let's build some more commercial area as well, right here next to the highway where people don't care. And I think next milestone we'll reach more high density commercial and residential housing. No, we don't, but what we do unlock is roads with bicycle lanes next to them, which are really nice. And we unlock the after dark leisure and tourism decoration upgrade. So we have a fishing pier. Well, most of them have to be placed next to water, which is kind of a bitch to get to work because you have to place a road next to them, and it's, well, it doesn't work really well. But you have the beach volleyball court, the skate park, and the riding stable. I like to build a little bit of a park with a riding stable in it, and have a bit of, a large park area with a lot of green. What else would we unlock? Well, some other thing. We unlock sound barriers for our roads, which I would want right away. So yeah, but for now we need 1400 more people to before we reach that milestone. So yeah, that's gonna take a while. Residential demand is still spiking, so I think I'm gonna start building this area. So how I think the way I'll reach it is by making a nice curving road down here. Come on, 40, perfect, make it perfect. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Let's see, let's have this come up to the coastline all the way and have a bit of a smaller road following the coast. Well, it doesn't really have to be curved. And then have this curve around, make it come back up to this road right here, and we can fill this area up. And same thing over here. That won't be, let's do this for now. Is this too much of an angle? Well, we could make it more pretty, but this possibly. Whoa, that doesn't work out at all. Well, it will stay like that. And next episode we'll probably start filling up this area because I'm running out of time for now. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave any feedback you have in the comments, and I hope to see you next time on my series of City Skylines. Goodbye everybody.